Simon & Schuster Audio presents The White Christmas Inn, a novel by Colleen Wright, read by Samantha Desz. 1. As the inn appeared on the crest at the end of the snowy drive, nestled in the folds of the gently rolling Vermont foothills, Molly Winslow actually laughed aloud. Her anticipation had been building ever since she'd turned off the main road. She'd soon spotted the hand-painted wooden sign, almost as big as her car, which featured a Victorian-style painting of the inn itself, done up in holiday glory. The gables were festooned with swags of pine, the windows blazing with warm light, and the drive crowded with guests around a lit fir twice as tall as the inn. There was even a horse and carriage for good measure. Molly had picked the inn out of all the charming establishments vying for holiday traffic on the various travel sites because of details like this. The reviews for Evergreen Inn had been excellent, but what she had really fallen in love with were the pictures. A single magenta button rose laid beside pats of butter hand-pressed into the shape of chickens or daisies. The incredible hand-pieced velvet crazy quilts featured in every single room. The collection of antique blue glassware that sparkled like sapphire in the pictures of the airy kitchen. Molly even knew from her deep internet dive of Evergreen Inn that the sign that led guests from the main road changed seasonally. In fall, a different painting featured Vermont's spectacular show of autumn color, and in spring, the sign was suffused with pink and white apple blossoms. Whoever had appointed the details of Evergreen Inn, Molly had decided, was an artist. As a kind of artist herself, Molly was drawn to it all. Her whole job was building brand new worlds out of nothing but a handful of images and words. But as an artist, she was also aware of the distance that sometimes lay between an artist's grand visions and what they were really able to create, between what they promised and what they could actually deliver. And this wasn't just a hypothetical piece of wisdom for her these days. The deadline she was under for her next book had been keeping her up at night now for weeks, and during all of those long nights not a single hint of inspiration had sparked in her mind amidst the giant crowd of worries. That was part of how she had managed to convince herself that the Christmas trip to Vermont wasn't a frivolous luxury, but a legitimate business expense. It was a chance to leave the worries back home in Brooklyn and get a much-needed...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?